Hello everyone. Today is Kentucky Route Zero Day. Hi hi, hi hi. It's good to be back. And let me get the game out. There we go. Sorry about that. Little mic error. Accidentally hit my mic. But yeah, we're back with some more Kentucky Route Zero. Um yeah, I think the last time I played this was like a week ago already. So kind of have to remember what I've been up to. I think we were on a river somewhere, right? Traveling down a river, just having a bunch of stuff to talk about. Oh, hello, Fi. Hello, hello. How's it going? Thanks for dropping in. Alright, I think, oh, Act 5, Scene 5. Act 4, Scene 5, I mean. I can read numerals, totally, yep. The Radvansky Center. This pretty rad place if you ask me. Ahaha. 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 Um. Ooh. Looks like a security camera stream. Mimi. Oh, who's Mimi? Good morning. Good morning, I guess, in quotations. Bax isn't feeling well. Long night. Poor kitty. Oh, do we get to see a kitty? What are you watching? Security tape from last night. Daryl, with two R's, left the lights on again. Should we slash his tires? Seems a bit extreme. Um, what's wrong with leaving lights on accidentally sometimes? I'll leave a stern note on his desk. Spare the rod. What are we doing today? The rod? Right, this is weird. You know that old vending machine? The one that only has tomato juice? Okay. No, the old one they stopped refilling. Remember? We rolled it out onto the dock last August and some scavenger stripped it for metal in the middle of the night. Daryl cut his hand cleaning up after them. And it got infected, remember? No. Okay, anyway, the rest of it ended up in the coat room until, finally, Daryl was piling it into a big bag for the trash barge to pick up, and he came across this box lost behind all the junk. Check it out. Yeah, check it out. This looks old. Yeah, that's a bunch of videotapes and completed questionnaires. I looked up the reference number and it's never been processed. So I guess that's what we're doing today. Hooray! I love processing paperwork. There's no date on it. We'll just have to make one up. Unless there's some footage of a calendar or something in there. Haha. Flipping through questionnaire. I guess these are the old tests before we started doing the video exit interviews. That's annoying. What tests? What old tests? Yeah, let's see. How do we do this? I'll run the tape, you interpret the questionnaire, and I'll type it up? Okay. I'll probably be the one interpreting the questionnaire after I view the tapes. Ooh, hello. I get to move around. Okay. What is this? Is this someone I know? Eh? Can take a look? Okay, take a look. Take a look at the footage. Jen. The modernist bookshelf with the fancy vintage turntable. So ostentatious. So Daryl. What? That was my bookshelf. Oh no! But you like grew out of it or something, right? It ended up in the lab somehow. I keep my books in the pile now. It's easier to find what I'm looking for. Never, what shelf is this book on? Only, well, it's somewhere in the pile. I can relate to that. Pragmatic. Look at that painting. Wow, I haven't seen that poster in a while. I think that was mine from college. Yeah, definitely. Oh right, Daryl swapped it out in the redesign. Now it's... What's there now? Yeah, it's... that's weird. I can't picture it. I mean, I can picture the wall, and there's definitely something hung there. That's gonna bug me. Want me to go look? It's just down the hall, haha. No, it's okay. Okay. Take a seat. Is this someone I know? I don't know this person, do I? Did I just forget how my people looked? This is not Shannon, for sure. It's definitely not Connor. It's not even the punk robotic lady either. So who are you? I don't know. Just a wanderer. Is this Lola? There should be some basic information in the first control test. Subject's general disposition. Jan looks over the questionnaire document from the envelope. Why are you here? Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't know why I'm here. Permissive. Demographic category. What's the first thing you remember? I remember a spilled orange juice. Immigrant. Do you think we should use the old categories or the new categories? Oh, right. Will the computer even still take the old ones? They're still in the menu. Okay, in that case, put in precarious. Sure. Oh, I forgot. Name? It says Marquez on the file. Whoa, Marquez? Are you sure? That's what it says. Do you know her? That can't be. No, that's not her. Did she come alone or with a group? Marquez. Should I know that name? Is that Willow's last name? I think it is, right? Isn't that also Shannon's last name? I don't know. There's an extended monitoring tape here too. We could check on the dock when she showed up. Alright, just check the dock then. What's going on? Oh, sorry, I'm blocking the time. Alright, here you go. You can see the time now. Oh, that's me. That's Connor, Shannon. Who's that guy again? I forgot. Oh, it's, wait, who is that? That guy in the hoodie. Bruh, that's exactly what I'm asking too, man. That's the kid, that's the guy who pilots the barge. What? I've never seen him before. Really? He looks so damn familiar. I thought maybe he was a former intern or something. He's a little old for that, right? No, I don't recognize him, sorry. You're all deja vu this morning. It's spooky. Spoopy. Sorry, just one of those days, I guess. Deja vu. I've just been in this place, but no, definitely not. Oh, she's traveling with one of those creepy distillery guys. Oh no, Connor's become a creepy distillery guy. Nah, he just looks like some old drifter. Maybe you're right. It's hard to tell in this light. Heyo. Wait, maybe that was Shannon. I wasn't used to seeing Shannon in such close proximity. I guess the old man is on dingy guard duty. A noble assignment. So, who was this lady? Oh, right. Well, do you remember WEVP TV? No? Okay, it was a community television station. The Consolidated Power Company had to fund it as, like, a punishment for owing too much of the broadcast spectrum or something. Oh, they used to screen your videos, right? Yeah. It was like a co-op. I did some maintenance. They gave me a slot to show my work. And they had that naked banjo guy late at night. Yeah, that's mainly what everyone remembers. I guess their whole mandate was community expression. He was certainly expressive. Oh wait, was WVP the one that... the flood, right? Yeah, damn. So, Shannon Marquez. Did she have a naked banjo show too? I guess that was Shannon. What? No. Let me guess. Which one of the following sentences best describes you? I grieve for fading memories. She did the weather? No, I've never heard of Shannon Marquez. It was a Weaver Marquez I knew. She worked at the station for a bit, and then she left on kind of weird terms, actually. Anyway, where were we? Oh, thank God that fan sound is gone. Alright. Okay, how do we rank her from the control test? Without turning around to look, please describe the following object. Bookshelf. It has 3 shelves, probably. It is shaped like a transformer coil, sure. It reminds me of a museum. I mean, a library, sure. Poster. I remember it was circles. Uh, I have a poster in my workshop, a vintage advertisement for vacuum tubes. Lighting? One lamp, I guess. Average, I guess. Typing average. Okay. Okay. Nope, there's 4 lamps. I got it fucked up. Okay. Wait, it's a new room now. Okay. They changed the room from behind her? How many pictures did she remember? 2, or actually, maybe 3. What? She wrote down orange, strawberry, guava. Oh, I would like some guava. Haven't had guava in a long time. Actually, I don't actually like the fruit guava. I like the drink though. I've That's weird. I've never had a guava fruit that tasted like a guava drink. You know what I mean? Kind of those weird fruits. I think she meant the pear. See, that's why I hate this test. There's so much fruit that basically looks like just like other fruit. Oh, guava. Does a guava even look like a pear though? I don't think I've ever seen a guava. I thought they were pink. They're just pink on the inside. You wouldn't confuse a real guava for a real pear, but in one of Daryl's crude watercolors. But I can still clearly tell that's a pear, even on video. Yeah, you and I can, but we already know it's a pear. She could be remembering wrong, or just identifying what, to her, is a much more likely fruit to appear in a painting, based on any number of cultural, social, geographical, you know. She didn't say anything in her response to help clarify. Let's see. Please describe in detail any sensations that accompany your memory of the pictures. I remember the way the fruit tastes. Uh, my mother gave me some mushed up guava once to cure a toothache. Not really, just some sensory memories of guava. I guess we should just skip the pictures. That's a shame. It's really hard to measure memory degradation in some of the later tests without this as one of the baseline location updating scenario. I've been saying we should just use photographs. Watercolor paintings already have the quality of a half-remembered dream anyway. Like they're inviting you to forget them, or someone else already forgot them for you. Like a mama bird feeding her chicks cotton candy. Photographs are... It's not that they're really more accurate or true, but we think they are. They put you in that mindset. They have authority. So yeah, out with the watercolors, I say. But then poor Daryl would have nowhere to exhibit his work. Eh. Makes a noise. What noise does she make? Kitty cat. Hello. Meow. Jen, look who it is. Oh, I miss that kitty. I forgot what I forget what became of the white one. Okay, so yeah, these guys are in the future, right? Mimi and Jen, they're actually in the far future, talking about these videotape records that they found because someone forgot to process them. Her name was Coconut, and she disappeared without a trace. Oh no, easy come, easy go? I wouldn't say easy. I had to leave food on the dock for a week before she'd come inside. Did I reach Kentucky yet? Yes, I started in Kentucky. I was always... What? This is all Kentucky? Always has been. Is that Cannot White? I don't know. This video is black and white, so it's hard to tell. She only stuck around for a month or two. You probably saw quite a lot of her. I remember you were working nights then. She was a nocturnal creature. Did I leave Kentucky? Nope. Nope. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm in like a underground river or something. Who knows where the state lines are? That's right, I remember. Can I pet the kitty? Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Meow. Oh. You can only stand towering over her. You cannot pet her. Unlucky. Like, now you want KFC. Korean fried chicken? Yeah, Korean fried chicken's pretty good. Wonder what's the last time I've had KFC. It's been quite a while actually, surprisingly. Like at least a month maybe? Been having churches and McDonald's instead. You know, it feels the need. Oh yeah, I'm getting it tomorrow, lol. I mean Saturday, heck yeah. Why are you getting it tomorrow? How do you have all your meals planned out so far ahead of time? That's crazy. Raccoon eating at a restaurant? No, I go through the back door. No, I just get the restaurant to come to me, you know? Oh, I fed the cat. Wait, I don't remember this test. Oh, did we cut this one? What's the questionnaire like? No, this is just. Sometimes if I can't make it in for a few days, I might leave a note to feed the cats. For the test subjects? Wow, how do you know they'll do it? I write it on universally letterhead. Jen, that is unethical. At least I don't use university property and research equipment to make weird video art. Yeah, that's right, Mimi. Very well then, I contradict myself. Touche. Haha. I wonder which is the nobler transgression. I'll settle that question. It's nobler to feed kitties. True. Oh, here's another extended monitoring tape from the waiting room. How's this game? It's okay. Um, it's nice for a playthrough. Everyone talks it up a lot. Do they? I guess it's like the artsy video game reviewer types that would talk it up. I guess word of mouth is really good too. If you're going into this game looking for that, I guess, chill vibe, partly visual novel, partly just, I don't know, story, kind of surrealist story experience, then it's a good game. I feel attacked. I feel attacked. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like, well, it's not just me, but video game reviewers and like core video gamers have a big disconnect with each other, right? At least that's what the popular perception is. A lot of the times, like, players will love a game and then reviewers hate it. Or like reviewers love a game and then players are like, meh. Or, sometimes game journalists don't know how to play video games. Like they play on easy mode and the gamers are mad, they're pissed, grr, they're pissed. And like, oh, this reviewer doesn't know how to appreciate video games. They think they... Yeah, but it kind of makes sense though, because it really takes a particular type of person to want to aspire to be a video game reviewer, right? You know what I mean? I don't read game reviewers, man. Cause I'm part of the common folk that don't know how to play video games. Man, do you not see how people play like the reviews for Doom? Like the original like IGN gameplay footage of Doom or something like that. I forgot was it IGN or GameSpot. Like the reviewer like walking around couldn't even like track enemies properly. They're just running around like not knowing how to move their camera and their character at the same time or something like that. Or like the game reviewer talking about how Cuphead was too difficult and it took them like, I don't know, a full 2 minutes to get past the tutorial. Oh yikes, dude. It's just a jump and a dash, but he couldn't do the input of jumping and dashing. He kept falling and then trying to go back again. Or, the game journalist that complained that Sekiro was too difficult and demanded there be an easy mode, and then also then beat the game with cheats enabled. Yeah, just I guess people like that who give reviewers kind of a bad name. Yeah, it takes a type, man. Video games are too hard. No, they are not. All video games are easy, except for retro games. Retro games are too hard. Movies you just gotta sit in the theater. Yeah, yeah. Like you have to be the type of person to really not only see video game as art, but want to write about how it is art, you know? So, yeah, sometimes it's like sometimes the reviews just don't mesh well with people who just want to play games for, to look at the pretty colors, to see the spectacle. And then people are like, or like, I think there was a Polygon review as well about I think it was the VR game, Horseshoes, Hand Grenades and Handguns, or whatever it's called. It's basically a VR game where it's a shooting range, right? You have really realistic guns. Not realistic, but like, realistic for the time and for VR guns that you can shoot and play around with. And then a lot of the review is just like, I don't know, talking about uh, our culture's obsession with guns and how he doesn't understand why guns are fun or why this game is fun. But, sometimes you just want to shoot some guns in virtual space. It's So yeah. Anyway, streaming is the future of video games. Maybe it is. I don't know. Personally, I would always prefer playing it myself, but you know, streaming is like I like to watch gameplay footage in the background. Sure, sure. Anyway, busy night. There he is again, sleeping. Where'd I know him from? It's gonna drive me up the wall. Does he work at the university? Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he might have worked there a long time ago. Maybe when I was an undergrad. The Paleolithic. I thought he looked a bit rugged. That's right, Jen. I went to college during the Stone Age. What's your major? Malfunction. Fire. Wait, what? Fire? I don't think he was a professor. Maybe staff? It's been so long. Sometimes I wish I'd just barreled through. Like you did. Instead of taking time off before grad school. Bro, what's fire? Fire major. What's check out my fire major, bro. I keep my degree right next to my fire mixtape. Anyway, I'm sure it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah, or the only thing. I was such a mess. Did I ever tell you about that? My boyfriend died suddenly in my last year of college. Oh no. Oh, poor thing. It's okay. It was a long time ago, but yeah, it really shook me up. Back then, he was studying astronomy. We were both really into experimental music. We took a few art classes together. That's so sad. How did? Sorry, never mind. No, it's okay. That's the thing, actually. I mean, that's what shook me up about it. It was just this random accident that never should have happened, or so sudden you never could have seen it coming. He was back home visiting his parents, and he fell off a roof. Oh no! I know that. He's Charlie. He's Charlie, man. I know what you mean. You can't predict that kind of, what do you call it? Freak accident kind of thing. Well, for who hasn't? True. When me and my homies hide up in the houses, camp out in the roofs, sometimes take a fall. My psychiatrist says that's why I'm such a pessimist. Well, I think you're remarkably upbeat, all things considered. I mean, that thing with your boyfriend and the roof. But also, what happened to the TV station? Acts of God. You think? No, I mean that's what you call it. That's what you say when it's nobody's fault. No! It's Connor's fault. I mean, not Connor. His name's Conway. It's Conway's fault. If he wasn't such a deadbeat alcoholic, Charlie would have never been on that roof. Or something or the other. Anyway. Left or right? Get a little left. Ooh. Oh, look. Can you read the date? Zoom. Enhance. Damn, I can't read it either. It may not have been it may not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar up that was like years behind. Well, can a calendar be years behind? Think about it. I guess it could be wrong, but doesn't isn't every calendar right once a year? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't it loop around? I think Daryl liked the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. Aw, cute. That's adorable. I think I'm gonna be sick. You don't remember that? That weird intern brought it from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember. He was always like, I mean, we would make fun of him for. Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. So many interns coming and going then. I guess I didn't bother even remembering their names. I wonder who was working back when this was recorded. Is there a tape of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Oh, before I check that out, did she flip the calendar forward or backward? Backward? Oh, weird. They usually flip it forward. Interesting. I'm unusual. I flip it backwards. Oh, ah, kitty cat, another one. Ooh, okay, who is that? Hello? Oh, hello, kitty cat. That's not an intern. Oh, the kitty cat's gone. There she goes. There she goes. Wait, do you think? Did she follow them out? There she goes again. Oh, well, here's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. Mystery solved. We got him. Oh! Ah! See? Told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. These other guys came to pick him up for work, maybe? I don't like how they all hang out together. It's creepy. Look, these guys work for the distillery, and I guess they're just a pile of bones now, because the corporation has taken away their souls and their humanity. We hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not. They're like more than coworkers. Yeah, they're codependent. I don't know, I just get this awful feeling whenever I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore. Like when they make up a dead person to look like an old photograph of themselves. Ooh, yikes. Sort of familiar, sort of strange. A husk of their old humanity. Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that. It's called being hollow. If you played Dark Souls, you would know. Oh, they're gone. Bye, kitty. They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them. Yeah, so. This has been a bit of a memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect these old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver, Marquez, and Wise Roll, I mean. And what was your boyfriend's name? The one who died in college? I'll tell ya, it's Charlie. Yeah. It's kind of a bittersweet experience, actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away, people that are gone. Like when you accidentally I shouldn't go into that. I was going to go into Omori spoilers and plot, but I shouldn't go into that. In a completely separate game. Gone but not forgotten. No, not forgotten. You're right. Okay. Okay. Back on the zero? Is this a zero? No, back on the... Crap, what's this river called again? The deep. No, that's not it. The river is called the... Look at all those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open air gallery, or probably something more upscale like El Fresco Galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear though. Clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no roof either, just a kind of thin cloth membrane. Not quite a sheet or a tarp, but more like a drape of rolled up spiderweb, looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Everyone thinks they're inside, just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it surely does rain. Right now, they're exhibiting some intimate photographs of small town life. There's one of a small girl playing in a puddle. She's got her she's got her back to the camera and she's fussing with something, looking at her hands. Maybe she's stuffing a message in a bottle or folding a paper boat. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. Ah, the Museum of Dwellings, right? We've been there in Act 2. Or 3, I don't remember anymore. Yeah, we've been there. The museum where people live because they upended the town, I guess. They relocated everyone out from the town. Alright, let's forage for some mushrooms. I took a nap. Who's I? I think the narrator is Nate. Let's go see what Ezra is up to. Badger, mushroom. That's a mushroom song. A grove. Ayo, Grove Street for life. You picked the wrong house. Aha. It's a grove. Look at those mushrooms. Look at those trees. Play a little GeoGuessr. According to the size and the shape of the trees, I judge we are probably in Kentucky. Ooh, how did I know? Okay. Wow! 2 dialogues at the same time, Hog. This is next level storytelling. I always wonder why they don't do stuff like this in books more often, right? Because sometimes I like to process information in parallel, or I guess when I write, I like to do this sometimes too. Because sometimes there's just two stories to go down, right? And you're kind of not sure of how to proceed. Why not both? Why not just do both? She lit a second cigarette with the embers of the first one. She trembled, sweating a little under a heavy coat. It was warmer near the doors, but she was following directions. No smoking within 25 feet of hospital entrance. Kate gently rolls a fallen branch and plucks something white from the underside. She holds it up for Ezra to examine. Second cigarette. Who's smoking? No one's smoking. Maybe, this is someone else? Kate. Oh. Plurocybella porrigens. The common name is angel wings. Isn't that pleasant? They have a delicate springy texture and they're tasty, like sweet moss. So, she stood by a hot dog cart parked at the edge of the sidewalk. Would you like a bite? Okay. Yeah, you wanna do shrooms with me, kid? I like you, kid. I'm sure something cool. Ezra takes a small bite and ruminates. What do you think? Is it supposed to be spicy? No. Go ahead and spit that out. It's okay. My mushroom hunting mentor told me, it's useless to pretend to know mushrooms. They escape your erudition. The more you know them, the less sure you feel about identifying them. True. Dunning-Kruger, or whatever it's called, effect. I'm an expert on the Dunning-Kruger effect. I don't know. I was trying to lace some irony into that. Some sentences are just funny by themselves just because of how laced in irony they are. For example, if I have no self-awareness, I think I know. You know, something like that. Trying to go for a one-liner like that, but I don't know if that worked out. Anyway, she taps the cover of the small red book she's carrying. That's why I always bring my favorite guidebook. Kate points to a small mushroom growing in the dirt. Oh, here's an important one to recognize though. Look, see the sort of greenish pallor of the cap? Amanita Phalloides. That's Greek. Amanita means mushroom, and phalloides means never mind. Never mind. Phalloides. Phalloides. Hello? Hello? Did you forget, or does this mean something, something sus? It smells like honey. Yeah, sort of nauseating though, right? Sickly sweet. Death cap. That's the common name. It's killed a lot of people, this little mushroom, including a few Roman emperors. It's a revolutionary. Even the Buddha died from eating a mushroom when he was very old. That's just what they do. Clear away old things, make room for new things. Pretty important, right? I've always thought they deserved a little more respect. Would you like to help me look for a couple more? I have a sort of shopping list. Great, look for, actually, just grab any mushroom that catch your eye and throw them in this bag. Let me know when you're done and we'll see what you've got. Have fun! That's the second rule of mushroom hunting. The first rule is, ask Kate before eating anything, okay? Okay, yeah, let's split up and look for clues, gang. So what's Kate doing in this alternate timeline? Kneels in the grass. Oh no, it's the current timeline. She parts the grass with her garden knife, studiously combing the ground. Whereas Ezra pokes around the base of a cypress tree. A brownish clump of mushrooms feather out from the base of the cypress tree. A few feet above, several pale blue puffs cling to the trunk. Ooh, blue. That's pretty exotic. The hot dog vendor tried to strike up a conversation with some immediately too personal questions. She decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he considered it part of his job, she thought, to offer his customers some kind of counsel. Yeah, like a bartender, but instead of alcohol, you serve hot dogs, wieners. Maybe it was to salve his guilty conscience for selling junk food outside a hospital. Ooh, got him. Hey, but if you want to eat junk food, might as well do it outside a hospital, right? If you get a heart attack right there, you're set, you're fine. Have one at home though, and it's less fine. There are no mushrooms in the grass. Let's look at some tree roots. Whereas he didn't like to play in the old house. It was always too cold. It seemed to store up the cold at night, then slowly discharge it into his bones during the day, while the sun bounced feebly off the windows. But he liked to play in the woods behind the house. The woods were full of deer. His dad said the deer liked best to live on the edges of forests. Recent developments in the area had created a lot of fresh edges, so they massed here and sometimes ran into the road. Is that true? Do deers like to live around the edges of forests? The edge of the forest and what though? And human civilization? But what did they do before the humans came? Did they just live near the water or something? Near a lake, maybe? Ezra examines the blue puffs. He prods one of the pale orbs with a stick, and it cracks open a little, releasing a fine dust into the air. It's poisonous. He felt like the world outside the woods had somehow slipped away while he was gone, and now there was nothing but the woods. He kept going. Ezra carefully removes the puffball and puts it in his bag. Dun 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 dun. New item, get. Ezra closes his eyes and listens to the water and the distant clicking of bats. Okay. Meanwhile, Kate spots a couple of intriguing growths along the roots of the tree, a speckled white ball, and a cluster of softly glowing amber caps. Had you ever tried any alternative medicines? Acupuncture? Homeopathy? What's that? Ayurveda? Magical thinking? She said she never heard of any of those things. He fished the stray hot dog out of the pickle jar. Kate examines the glowing amber caps. The mushrooms are slick, sticky to the touch, like they're covered in smoldering honey. Kate cuts the bundle of mushrooms from the tree roots and puts them in her bag. Another one. Kate tries to wipe some mud off her boot. Oh, you got one? Let's see it. What's Esther doing? He tripped on a protruding root and lay for a while in the mud, examining the pale upper branches of a sycamore tree, listening to the soft rumble of a faraway thunderstorm, then louder, closer, and his hair stood on end, and there was the bird. Okay. Ezra hands Kate the blue puffball he took from the cypress tree. Whoa, Pa! Continuity, dude! The blue puffball. Interesting. I don't think I've seen this exact species before. This one's too old to be any of use anyway. The puffballs get all dried up like this as they age, until they're so delicate that it only takes the slightest agitation. Kate gently shakes the puffball. It bursts into a cloud of spores. Poof, and the wind is the rest. See? It's weakness as a survival strategy. A kind of radical, transformative weakness. I just found this one. Kate takes the bundle of amber caps from her bag. These ones are really cool. See how they kind of glow a little? It's not enough to find your way in the dark or anything, but still pretty amazing. Anyway, I made a tea out of them. Pretty good for headaches. Kate puts a mushroom back into her bag. So, what do your parents do? For work, I mean. My dad used to sell Windows. The OS? People were building a lot of new houses and they needed a lot of windows. Yeah, because every house needs a PC, true. But then they stopped building houses. Oh, okay. Oh, renters need PCs too. Don't worry about it. My mom worked at a bakery and a bar. Sometimes she would see the same people in the morning and the evening. The bakery closed and she doesn't work at the bar anymore, but she still goes there a lot to see her friends. Cool, cool. Do you have a family? I left home when I was very young. Not much older than you, actually. Oh, the Echo River, that's what it's called. Years later, my mother got sick and I tried to visit her, but it was too late. She was all spaced out on fevers and morphine. I've basically been on my own since then. Oh, that's not really true. Just about everyone who sets foot aboard the mucky mammal feels like a family to me now. I guess if nobody's family, then everybody's family. These are the only trees in this whole cave. Who planted them here? Right, not many trees down here in the dark. I know these are some kind of cypress. And they were definitely planted here deliberately, by someone who... I guess I don't know much about this place really. It's kind of supposed to be some kind of memorial to something. But to what? Will would know more. Sorry, it's a mystery. Ezra kicks the dirt. Kick. Months later, she came across a book on homeopathic medicine in a used bookstore and bought it. She thought it was mostly bullshit, but found the author's notes on the unpredictability of mushrooms immediately compelling. Spiritual, even. She started collecting mushrooms on hikes, never eating them, just collecting, identifying, and discarding. Eventually, she connected with the Lexington Mycological Society and began to study in earnest the medicinal uses of fungi. It's a mystery. I'll search for clues. She put out her cigarette, said goodbye to the hot dog vendor, and spent the rest of the afternoon listening to doctors and trying to understand the world as they did, as a list of discrete injuries to be mended. Let's investigate a large stone monument. The monument is covered with lichen and painted text. Let's read the text. Rock graffiti. X plus O for Eva. Okay, let's look around the cypress tree then. The tree smells spicy, oily. Look up at the branches. Some of the branches have been trimmed recently. Oh, interesting. He inspects the contents of his pockets. Alright, what have you got? That stone-faced monument has X plus O forever painted on it. Oh look, it's our boat. Interesting. What do you think that means? Hug and kiss forever? Or they could be initials. Xavier and Olivia forever. Is it Xavier or Xavier? How do you read that name? Xerxes and Oliver? What do you think that monument is for? I'm not sure anyone remembers. The branches on the tree are trimmed. You know, it's kind of interesting, like, some things in the world, there are some things in the world that only a couple people know. I think that's interesting to think about, how there is so much just lost knowledge out there. Lost media sometimes too is a form of that. I think lost media has been a bit more popular lately. Like, I've seen more YouTube videos covering them lately. Of, you know, like shows from some time ago that are missing, that people remember but can't seem to find a copy of. Like, for example, there's this famous one about like a Nickelodeon show about a clock man or something. And I think some people found it scary when they were a child and watched it and just wanted to find it again. But there were no copies online, so there was a big hunt where, you know, members of the lost media community like banded together to try and find it. And they eventually did. They found it. They found it. Wow, just read an article about a sci-fi author. Okay. Any thoughts? Any sci-fi thoughts? Look at all these cats. There's so many cats. Yeah, interesting, right? Like, for example, some guy out there knows what happened to Epstein. Some guy out there knows what happened to the security footage. You know, some guy was bribed, maybe, to turn the cameras off, and they know who bribed them. And someone was the one who wanted it to be done. You know, just stuff like that. R.A. Lafferty. No, I've never heard of that. Well known by sci-fi authors, but not other people. He's a mystery. Oh, that name looks a bit weird. Looks a bit sus. It looks like an acronym for some other name, right? Not acronym. What's that called when you can rearrange the letters and form a different word? It looks like a pen name. Almost. Tom Riddler? Oh my god, it's Tom Riddler! Okay, anyway, the branches on the tree are trimmed. Oh, good observation. So I guess someone's still taking care of this place. So all we gotta do is camp here for a month, and then we'll see who's coming over here. We'll get to the bottom of this. An anagram? Yeah, an anagram. That's right. And we're just practicing their trimming somewhere out of the way. Well, that's right. I can't say I know what that all adds up to. Like I said, I wish Will were here. He'd have some local history for us. We can ask him back on the boat. Kane and Ezra look up at an old battleship drifting by. And oh, that was a battleship? That wasn't our boat. This, there it is. The Iron Pariah. Don't worry, it's just passing by. There's so many cats on it. I don't know much about it firsthand, but I've heard things. Spoopy things. I heard. Oh, supposedly there's nobody even aboard. No people, I mean. There must be something on there. Life is everywhere. Rats, insects, some kind of hardy mold. Part of it could be flooded and host to some of the eyeless fish that live in the echo. Hey, maybe there are some mushrooms growing in there, slowly consuming military rations from over 100 years ago. I've heard it was in the Civil War. I guess they had boats full of soldiers and supplies going up and down the Ohio River. And they fought on the river like boat to boat with cannons or something, I guess? Machine guns? Is that true? Any Americans in the chat can confirm that? Did they have like pirate cannonball machine gun battles on the river? But of course, I'm no military historian, as you can probably tell. Haha. Anyway, I guess this one just got lost and somehow ended up all the way down here. Maybe it slipped into a cave up north. They're all connected, underground. Anyway, Ezra's parents shook him awake. They seemed alarmed, but not immediately concerned. They led him back to the house, past the house into the car. Dad said they were going to stay at the bus station for a while. The one with the little arcade, with the card game he liked. Oh, hell yeah, Dad. Do you mean I get to sleep in a race car bed, Dad? Dad watched him closely in the rearview mirror, expecting Ezra to be excited, or confused, or scared, but he didn't feel anything. He hardly seemed to hear. In fact, he felt like he was observing the family car from a distance, from far above, from the clouds. Head in the clouds. Monogamy now. Oh, 'cause there's the bird, right? He met his bird friend, and then he escaped from this world. Maybe this kid isn't real. Maybe that's just his spirit. He's mastered the form of like what's it called when you meditate so hard that your soul leaves your body? Spiritual projection, maybe? He's mastered it. He's Luke Skywalker in the seventh Star Wars. That one. Or the eighth, I think. The eighth Star Wars. Whatever that's called. Anyway, there's another version of the story where it didn't get lost. It was full of deserters. They came down here to hide. Maybe that's why it's a pariah. More mysteries. They do pile up over time as people forget the details. Thanks for taking me mushroom picking. Mushroom hunting. You can pick apples because they're right out here in the open. Mushrooms hide. You have to hunt for them. Hey. Okay. Is there anything else to do? No, we can just, we can just hang out for a while. Look at the trees. Look at the mushrooms. Okay, I'm done. It's time to go. Further down we go, down the echo. See that rough circle of rocky protrusions near the shore? It's more intricate than it looks. More than 2/3 of it is actually underwater. I haven't seen it myself, but listen to this. It's man-made, and the rocks were placed according to their size. So what's visible is a more or less uniformly random selection of the overall shape. It looks like it might be a spiral, all told, or maybe some kind of meditative labyrinth. At the head of it is a petrified oak stump. That was moved here from above ground, of course, decades ago. That's where the ceremony took place. What ceremony? The Locks were married here. Many frail-tongued observers said they should just go with lock or luck, or split the difference with look, or even lick, or really anything else, but it was never going to happen. Lock. What's your name? Lock. That's hard. Alright. Greta Luck and Norm Locke were high school sweethearts. Yeah, they took a chemistry class together when she challenged him to shoot the moon, learning formulae and compounds well enough to answer every test question exactly wrong, and achieving a perfect failing grade. Challenge accepted. Their engagement was welcome news for the family businesses, who had been looking for some opportunity to merge interests. Oh, okay. The Locks ran a busy printing press, and the Lucks managed a fleet of bicycle couriers. A match made in heaven! The natural next step was to start a local paper, what would become the Echo River Evening Record. The ceremony itself was humble and perfunctory, and it must have somehow involved these rocks. Maybe they walked around them in a spiral like a symbol of their ever-tightening bond. And it must have also involved that petrified stump. Neither family is particularly religious, but rumors persist that the officiant wore a robe. They're in a cult! It was a cult! The Lok Lok cult. Okay. Alright, what does Shannon do? Let's go up again. Go out again. Shannon and her friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package at the telephone exchange. Her friend, that's Conway, right? Are we finally making the delivery? All the way from Act 1? We'll see. Echo River Central Exchange. Dogwood Drive, that's what we're looking for though. Thanks again for your help. This is as far as the tugboat can go. You know, noise and lights disturb the bats. I usually send Will, but I thought you'd like the chance to meet Dashell. He's the guy who worked at the TV station, WEVP. So, you'll pass through the back sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff for cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Exchange Central, or excuse me, Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. They changed the name when the power company took over. Anyway, it's just on the other side of the Bat Sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. She's an operator. The operator. John Wick. We'll meet you on the other side at Sam's and Ida's for our scheduled early breakfast stop. Just follow the river. Can't miss it. Oh, I almost forgot. You may or may not be interested. There's this kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in, just before the back sanctuary. I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of... I don't know how to say it. You should check it out. Okay, bye. Bing bong. See ya later. Lights out. Yeah, okay, lights out. Lights back on. That was dangerous. What if I turn the lights off? Can't see. Ah, it's too dark. Can't see. Can't see. Boat stuck. Boat. Okay. Looks like they don't move when the lights are off. Oh, let's take a look. What's this sign say? We claim these helmets in the names of the folk who wore them, and we place them here in their memory, but also as a spit in the greedy green eye of that power company who bought up our old mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield, but only yielded 28 good men and women dead when the walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. Grrr. Fucking companies, the corporations, man. Your lungs were black, but now they're washed clean and full of water too, and swept through hidden tunnels into some awful cave we will never find. And so we guess the water buried them for us. So let this here be the marker for their grave. If any son of a bitch from that power company wants to take back these helmets as company property, just you try it and see what will happen. Revolution! Hey, Elkhorn, that's the mine we met in, where your folks, worked. Looks like it's been here a while. I sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. You think whoever wrote it is still that angry? I don't think you ever forget anger like that. No, I guess you probably don't. This probably stirs up, I mean, how do you? It's fine. I'm glad this is here. People should remember this happened. Oh, here we are, remembering. And I didn't even know it the first time around, but here I am remembering it now. That's a fine memorial, I guess. Goddamn power companies. Consolidating all the power in the area. Working people like they're disposable. Oh no, it's the distillery people again. Shoo, shoo, out of the way. Out of the way. Don't you see? You're owned. You're owned by the distillery. What? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Just sometimes I forget I don't even really know you that well. Yeah, well, that makes two of us. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of a bad situation. Just like the rest of us. Hey, one of them said to me earlier that they could even help me take care of these medical bills for my leg, you know? Get it all together on a plan. Consolidate it. That sounds like a really bad idea. Oh, I don't know. They seem to have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. They've got a whole process figured out. Yeah, company process, man. They're trying to get you in debt. They're trying to keep your soul forever. Anyway, I have a feeling it'll all work out. Even this delivery? Yeah, we're almost there, right? Hell, at this point, I bet we could just take off the parking brake and that truck would roll into 5 Dogwood Drive by itself. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss, Ira, Lizette's husband. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much, but somehow Liz got into her mind that he would have wanted me to have that truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did. Or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me, just one more thing to feel like I owed him for. Anyway, they got their trucks at the distillery, and now that the antique shop is closing up, I have no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it. That's very generous, but I don't need a truck. You could drive it around while you figure out what's next. Hell, you could sleep in it if you need to. It's big enough. I'll just think about it, anyway. You'll be doing me a favor, you know. One less thing to deal with. Whoa, they're back. The spooky bone people. Distillery man. Oh, what's this? It's a memorial, another one? Visitors to the Echo River Kentuckiana River Bat Artificial Hibernaculum and Sanctuary are asked to take extra precautions in order to prevent the introduction of fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. Please do not visit the sanctuary during the same day in which you visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothing, jewelry, headwear, and headglasses to ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. Please do not touch any bats or structures. The Kentuckiana River bat is confused by light. If you are using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract and confuse bats. If you are approached by bats, do not panic. Relax, stop your vehicle, and switch off your light. Never touch a bat. Okay. I gotta keep my eye up. Keep my eye out for the bats and keep my finger on the light switch. Are those like bat homes hung up on the trees? Ah! It's a bat. Look at those bats, they're scared. They're scared. They're running around. Take a look. Fact. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high frequency clicks, too high for humans to hear. Then when they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences of just millions of a second, bats are able to picture the environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Once the bat has caught its insect in its mouth, it's still flying, and so it still needs to avoid running into anything. So bats keep clicking away even when they munch on a tasty bug snack. It's bug snacks. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing a bug. Sometimes it's hard to know with people too. Oh, yeah, like, how about this weather? I guess there are layers to it, right? Sometimes you just need to get the other person talking so you can check their body language, or hear what their voice sounds like. Find out if they're friendly or angry or drunk. Are you still drunk, Conway? I hope you're good now. He seems pretty cogent right now. Pretty sober right now. Guess he ran out of booze or something. And did he not just take a swim in the river? Did he get a change of clothes maybe? Another bad fact. Bad fact. The Kentuckiana river bat's natural diet mostly consists of moths and other small insects that breed along the river. Here at the artificial hibernaculum and sanctuary, we use a combination of chemical snares and ultrasonic wards to repel all potentially contaminant-bearing insects, and replace them with our own locally bred and spawned hypoallergenic antiseptic pseudomoths, which we call the little gray nothing moth. GMOs, these goddamn GMOs making the bats gay. You may be thinking that the other moths and insects the Kentuckiana river bat would have been eating are very much relieved that their natural predator has found another food source. Not so. We've installed netting and highly effective mouse traps along the river where the Kentuckiana river bat normally hunts to balance their escape from the food chain. The man-in-the-middle attack. I like to see it. But eating moths isn't the only systematic contribution these bats make. They also produce a potent fertilizer in the form of guano. Hey, we know that substance, we play Don't Starve. That helps plant life thrive along the Echo River and the shore of Lake Leaf. In order to minimize the sanctuary's impact on subterranean agriculture, we collect that precious guano here at the hibernaculum and manually distribute throughout the caves. It's a full-time job. Sounds like a lot of work. They eat fake moths? Yeah, hypoallergenic antiseptic pseudomoths. The little gray nothing moth. Well, a lot of people eat fake food, right? Food taken apart and then put back together so it looks and tastes like something they remember eating before, even if they never really did. Deconstructed and reconstructed, right. It is reassuring to know someone's taking care of everything for these little bats. Yeah, it's like they're living in the Matrix, you know? Yeah, who's gonna build the people hibernaculum? Maybe we'll build it ourselves. Maybe we already did. Like the folks in the mine, you said they used to buy stuff. Fans, canneries, all those little trinkets to make it bearable. There's still a lot of stuff down there. It feels cluttered, but human. I just mean, all people need is enough to pretend we're home, and we can make it anywhere. You get kind of philosophical when you're drinking. Did anyone ever tell you that? Yeah, I guess I do. Nah, this is nothing. I used to have this drinking buddy who would get loaded and tell the weirdest damn riddles, like, which is more musical, a truck passing by a factory or a truck passing by a musical school? Ah, count your blessings. Alright, let's lights off for a second. Maybe the bats are getting a bit too spooked. Damn, it's really dark down here. Are you still there? Touch his shoulder. Ah! Oh, there you are. I hope that's you. I was just thinking about my ma. I guess because we were talking about your folks a minute ago. To be honest with you, I don't think about her that often. Her cousin brought her up earlier, and she's just been on my mind. It's good your folks have a memorial. A lot of people. Nobody remembers them when they're gone. You mean... like you? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not the kind of guy you build a memorial for, haha. Oh, and umbrella. If bats are blind, how come they will get spooked by lights, huh? Does that mean they can see? You guys ever heard about how, like the conspiracy theory about how Stevie Wonder can actually see? And there's also like a lot of video clips of like other celebrities telling stories of how Stevie Wonder can actually see. And there's also this other video of him, like, he was singing, and then his mic stand started falling over, and then he reached out his hand to grab it. What? Dun dun dun! He's been hiding this whole time, hiding his power level. White nose syndrome is still largely a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth which appears on bats' faces and wings irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation and venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through winter. Yeah, but I think, I mean, just reading YouTube comments, which is, as you know, the most accurate source of information you can get. Second only to Yahoo Answers, but they're closing that down soon. So YouTube's now currently the most reliable source of info. Um, yeah, but some people say like Stevie's only like legally blind. He's not actually super blind. He can still see lights, and I guess that would make sense. I guess that would make sense. And I've heard them like talk about how Stevie Wonder has driven before. So like he's just driving a car. Yeah, you should Google it or like search it up on YouTube if you're interested in some lore, some Stevie Wonder lore, some interesting tidbits. Don't forget about Korra. Mm. How is Korra's reputation? I used to read Korra a lot, not a lot, but like they have my email, so they keep sending me newsletters, and I keep clicking them because sometimes they're interesting. Like if Goku fought One Punch Man, who would win? You know, it's too interesting, too intriguing. I must click it. So they just keep sending me newsletters because it works. I keep clicking them. Yeah, but I guess Quora user base is very um scattered, maybe. Like some of them are like very scientific answers, and some of them are just like Yahoo Answer type responses, you know. Yeah, but it certainly doesn't have the same feel as Yahoo Answers. RIP, or soon to be RIP. RIP TBD. Don't want your YouTube to start recommending you conspiracy theories, but that's the best content, man. Thanks to this stream sponsor, Gaia.com, for all your conspiracy needs. Imagine, imagine what's it called, Curiosity Stream, but for conspiracy theories. Wow, Pog. I'm joking. I'm not sponsored. They don't sponsor me. I don't watch their content. I've never even seen the website. Disclaimers complete. Alright. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and it is highly fatal. In this way, white nose syndrome has drawn some comparisons to colony collapse disorder, as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honeybees and the Kentuckiana river bat be two more lost species, wiped out in a geological blink and forgotten to natural history? It's possible that a cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctity of this artificial hibernaculum is our best hope of preserving them. As you leave the Echo River, Kentuckiana River Bat, Hibernaculum, and Sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. How do I make sure of that then? If I'm not supposed to touch the bats. Okay, bye-bye Russell. Bye-bye. Thanks for dropping by. Lizette's sick. I mean, she's old. We're both old. Hell, you're about the youngest person I know right now. Oh, and the kid. Maybe Blue by a people calendar. In dog years though, I bet she has us all beat. But I'm old too, sure, and I forget stuff all the time, especially if I had a few and my brain's swimming. But I mean, Liz, it's all going away. She's losing words you never think you'd lose. Not just like the streets you grew up on, but the names of colors and types of furniture. Or I mean even the word furniture. Blood orange. Should say we still got a few nice pieces in the what's that I call the shed where we put the bigger pieces, the beds and couches, and I say, "Oh, Liz, why do you have to keep teasing me about that all the time? I fell asleep in the furniture shed when it's so damn comfortable in there." I tried to help her keep some dignity, you know? That's all I had to offer at the end. She has a sister in Nashville who will take good care of her. And now that I'm not around the shop all the time, what was that old guy's name? Used to make deliveries for the shop? He smells like leather. Ira was always yelling at him, too drunk to work on the way. On the one day he could have been in the right place, the right time. Feel pretty badly about that accident. Do you think she blames you? No, but it's awful to say. But sometimes I kind of wish you would. That way, at least you could eventually forgive me. You know what I mean, right? I know exactly what you mean. Okay, I think the bats are clearing out. And onwards we go again. Ay ay ay. Ay yo yo. So, Fi, have you seen me play any Knockout City recently? I've been having a grand old time with that game. Gonna play more of it in the weekend. But I figure I would still do some Kentucky Route Zero. Okay, have you seen like any gameplay footage of it at all? Is it something you might be interested in? It is free for 3 more days. Get a little bit of uh, dodgeball action happening. It's not dodgeball, it's dodge brawl. It's the new hotness, man. The Fortnite killer. Not really. It's the Fortnite aesthetic. I think some of our friends are playing it too, like Dino. Played with Dino a bit the other day. Let's have another chat. Careful up there. Can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs. You too. Try not to make any more bad deals while I'm gone. I'll just be floating along down here. I just mean, keep your eyes open. And don't look back. Okay. Oh, what's he gone to? Oh, hi. I remember you. Wait, Flora? What are you doing down here? I'm just exploring. I like dark, underground places. I'm a romantic. Really? What does that mean to you? It means I like poems and rivers and mysteries. And true crime. Tiger King. Okay, bye. Okay. Deshelle. I've heard many things about you, Deshelle. Softly. Could a bypass with another capacitor at 100 nanofarads to reduce noise. Are you Deshelle Morse? I mean, me? Yes, I'm him. Sorry, I've been hacking on this thing all night. My thoughts are starting to come in alternating currents. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring these old bells. So I'm trying to come up with a workaround. Maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack. I'm a bit of a circuit geek myself, I bet. I mean, you seem very comfortable with electronics. Is this your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. It takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming down here since I was a kid. For one reason or the other, or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true, they had bats then too, but they were considered a nuisance. What did you... wait, a train station? What happened to it? Well, the river shifted, and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that. The river, and I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Even time. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the phone company in here. I returned here as a young lineman, a skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. I miss that, actually. They were easier to climb. I'm just a lineman for the county, and I drive the main roads. It's just as well. I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. The closest I get is patching up the wiring in the crystal room for the WEVP folks. Did you ever know a girl named Weaver? Sure, Weaver Marquez. That's funny, I was just thinking about her. Yeah, I met her a couple times at the TV station. I suppose I didn't know her too well. She handled the archives, and I was helping with wiring and stuff. She really seemed to know a way around all that gear though. She had a head for signals, I think. No idea where she ended up. I would guess she's probably not too popular around the station anymore, but I always liked her. Listen, miss, if you're interested in WEVP, you should go talk to them directly. They're always looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo, and there's a small stop here. They don't have a sign or anything, just ask around. Guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Poppy's just a little further down if you're dropping off that package. Nice chatting with you. Likewise. Goodbye, sir. Plake. Abel and Eloise, the lovers' couriers. Bred for racing, Abel and Eloise spent most of their lives as carrier pigeons in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. They retired here after Abel was disfigured in an accident with a light aircraft. Oh no, but old habits were hard to die. Abel and Eloise would pick up scraps of paper from the ground. The trash even pulled them out of pockets and delivered them to other people nearby, to delight or embarrassment. Oh, okay. So Abel got disfigured, but he was still able to fly and live and deliver packages, so that's okay, I guess. Word spread, and travelers passing through this tunnel began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other writtens desired to be passed along indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Eloise would always be found nestled closely together in a disused newspaper stand set aside for their habitation, and that's where we left them. Oh, look, it's a monument to the two pigeons. That's cute. Hello, Poppy. Just set it right over there by the lamp, sweetie. Thanks. Actually, just a minute. Who does that parcel claim to be from? Reading label. Consolidated Power Co. Oh dear, I'm afraid to open it. So, who are you? Do you work for the post office or the tugboat? I only asked because I haven't seen you before. Was that you I heard chatting down the hall? I'm just doing Kate a favor, dropping off this package. Kate! I love Kate. She helped deliver both my nieces. One in the hospital, and one at the base of a mossy moonlit oak. It was beautiful. I love Kate. I think Loretta's granddaughter used her too. Oh, Loretta used to work here. Actually, I think quite a few of our former operators have relied at some time on Kate's services. Well, now I guess they'll have more time with their little ones. As you can see, all their chairs are empty. It wasn't always like this. When I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange, there were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Cara, Mary, Louise, Liz, Hester, Angie, Wilma, Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired on the same day, but she showed up early. Ooh, get one upped. Mary finished college, and Hester was fired for snapping at a rude caller, but he had it coming. And I hear she did it just fine on her own, so they hired Beryl, Jana, and Sachiko, who brought us up to 13, and that was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. The power company came along, buying up all the lines, and one day they took the exchange as a throw-in. Like it was nothing. Nothing! And they started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Cara, and Louise left one Friday evening, and were asked not to come back on Monday morning. Beryl saw the writing on the wall and quickly found employment at a private PBX. They had Jana and Liz stop routing calls and read up some kind of best practices document instead. It was their final task as exchange employees. Some of the girls were reassigned to other divisions. Connie, I think, was checking residential meters. Sachiko and Wilma were moved into energy sales, cold calling businesses to see if they needed to upgrade their electricity plan. At least they were still on the phone. Then it was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. The hours were hell and hard on the throat. The voice of a smile became a croak. I was gargling warm salt water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I bought a lot of extended technique to the switchboard in those days. Ring ring. Sounded pretty good to me. Uh, yeah, I'm impressed. So, where was I? Extended switchboard technique. It was all about timing your breath. Some girls got lightheaded doing too many calls in a row, with that upbeat, dynamic inflection that they made us use to keep everything intelligible. It was very physical. So, after a few months, it was just me. A new automation strategy was announced, and this place was rechristened Consolidated Auxiliary Switch Number 30. If it's automated, what do you do here? It's not fully automated. There's still gaps in functionality that needs a human touch. And you know, it really is about touch here. Sound is a vibration, the touch you feel in your ear. So my voice is the touch. When we're talking, we're touching, even on the phone. That's an electric touch, an intimate little shock that makes your tiny hairs tremble. Ew, that's a little bit gross. But that's not even what I mean when I say it's all about touch here. When the power company first tried automating this old exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It was just too much. Too fast. So they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays, but then the calls were getting mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. Their technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades around the specific tempo of its human operators. What? So, short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, they'd have to work out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes into routing a phone call. And that, officially, is my role here. I run a switchboard for the whole exchange, once the work of 12. I'd like to remind you, they have some kind of machine somewhere that tracks how long it takes me to do each little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial, my little indicator light switch on, and I make the connection. Uh, isn't it nice ways to think about things? Like, during pandemics, all we got is voice. I guess so, but I also don't want people touching my ear. I don't want people touching my ear. Um, Interesting. What's this machine like? Humans talking to the callers. You know, there's something that bothers me about the process, besides the fact that I'm training my replacement, who isn't even human. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take to time my every move and recreate the timing in an automated switchboard? Rough estimate. Uh, I don't know. On average? Maybe a week? That's what I said, but this has been going on for over a year, and a very dark thought started to nag at me. What if there is no cheap machine that's going to replace me? What if it is cheaper just to keep me here, falling in for the rhythm of the operators? What if I'm the cheap machine? Why don't you just quit? Raccoon ears or human ears? They're the same ears. Da, da, da. They're the only pair of ears I've got. They're up here. Where you looking, huh? My ears are up here. Boing, boing. Yeah, I don't have human ears. I only have raccoon ears. Why don't you just quit? In this economy? No, you're probably right. Working in silence for peanut shells, waiting to be replaced by a robot. It doesn't sound very dignified, does it? The reality is that I've been working here for my whole adult life. I came here as a girl, and I'll leave as a middle-aged woman. I don't know if I'm ready to be her yet. Oh, the parcel. Right, over here by the lamp is fine. Thanks for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. That's cool. Oh, ah! No, Conway! Conway! Where'd you go? Uh, uh, what do those mean? What do those mean? Why is there a skull? Does it go down? Does it go down? It go down. It goes down. What if I hit the skull icon? What would have happened? I don't want the dog to die. What's it like? The dog could jump in? Or maybe the dog could go sick. Go sicko mode on those guys. Wow, what happened? Was there a choice there? Oh, I guess I'll just have to roll with it for now. She returned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. She met a flower salesman on a raft. They floated alongside in buoyant pots, bobbing untethered. He quarreled with them then with a long pole in a stream of small adjustments. She made small talk. He was alert and easygoing. His day was just beginning. He used to work at the balloon barn, but it closed down. When he wasn't selling flowers, he'd hang out by the highway and listen to the sounds the cars made, study them carefully, and learn to reproduce them with his own voice. Meow. He was working on a record. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along with the raft. She met a painter of shipwrecks. He never worked from photographs, so his paintings could be divided into two categories. There were the ones he painted from life, and the Echo River was a very good source for these, because its currents were so unpredictable and the tunnel so dark. He rendered these in oil paint by lamplight, working for hours cross-legged on the porch of his houseboat/studio. Then there were the ones he painted from memory, mostly the memory from a single wreck he encountered as a much younger man, picking up litter where the coastal highway cleaves to the rocky beaches of Northern California. These were done in watercolor. He preferred to work on them in the morning, in a room he rented near the airport in Louisville. Louisville? He had some postcard-sized sketches in charcoal too, of the Iron Pariah. It wasn't a wreck exactly, but it felt right. He tried to scribble one down every time he encountered it, though it was so unpredictable and he was so focused on details, he usually just ended up with a handful of inscrutable marks. 1 second, let me get some water. She met a family of 5 on a flat-bottom skiff. Flat-bottom skiff, boats with the fur. The boat was loaded to capacity with 3 plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture. She hit the floe, wrapped in a blue tarp. 3 paddled, the 2 adults and the older child. The 2 younger child slept. Freeloaders. They'd been traveling all night, first by car and then for the last few hours by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where a relative had offered to take them in. But the adults were happy to take a break from paddling in weary silence. They asked her about her river journey. She told them about the memorial. They were sympathetic. No miners in their family, but he was once injured at a warehouse job and had to fight for disability pay. They knew what these companies were like and what it was like to have to assert your humanity to them. They wished her well and paddled on towards West Virginia. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. come to talk with you again. There's a house. I'm kinda sleepy myself. I just took a nap before I started streaming. I don't know. Even though I get on average enough sleep, I'm still kind of tired all the time. Probably because my sleep is like spread out into naps. Too spread out. Salmonitis. I forgot what that is, salmonitis. Oh right, this is like a diner place, I guess, where I'm supposed to meet up with the rest of the people. But I lost Conway, man. Oh, Blue's still here. Shannon scratches. Oh, Shannon inspects Blue's eyes. She can't tell if Blue is staring back or just staring. Tilts her head a little to the left, but Blue doesn't recognize her movement. Oh no, is Blue blind? Probably not. Or maybe Blue's just way too sad because Connor's gone now. Near the little bay street lamp, I brought a collar to the cold and damp. Oh, hello friends, we're back. Hey, just in time. We've already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for a show. Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Ida is a bit of a local celebrity, for cooking I mean. Celebrity Chef. Kentucky Echo River Edition. Hey, Ezra was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back, or... Where's the old man anyway? I don't want to talk about it. Hey Ezra. How you doing? Ah, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this. It's true. Don't waste your time. Those machines are rigged. Oh, definitely. Still fun though. Fine, here's a quarter. It's my only one, so make it count. Thank you. So, where's, they took him. Damn, yeah, he really got himself in a situation there. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down. Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Claw Maestro, let's give it another shot. So let's see what's on the top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clamshells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the boombox underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat is in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. Could be wrapped around something. What are you going to try for? Well, I kind of want the octopus, but the cowboy hat is probably the easiest one to get. But what can I say? I like the octopus. Wow, alright. I admire your confidence. Okay, when I put this quarter in, you'll have about 8 seconds to grab your prize. The octopus is square in the middle. Let me know if you need help lining it up. I've got a slightly different view of the field from up here. Ready? Here we go. Johnny inserts the coin and the machine awakens. 8. The claw hovers in the front left corner of the machine. Ooh! I got 8 seconds, huh? Okay, let's move a little bit to the right. 7. Hovers halfway across the front of the machine. Okay, halfway. Let's make it go a little bit up then. Claw hovers in the center of the machine. Alright. Does this look right? Yeah, it looks good to me. Go for it. 5. Okay. Let's do it. Send it down. Release the claw. The claw drops. It grabs the octopus. The octopus is attached too securely to the plastic boombox beneath it. It slips from the claw's grasp. Oh no. Aw, no good. I had a feeling that octopus was a little too comfortable in there. Hey, listen. Sounds like that old man you were following around. I guess he had to leave. Is he coming back? Well, probably not. He got himself on a trajectory, you know? Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebug. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. You know that. Hmm. I'll probably meet up with Julian when we get back above ground and go back to the museum. Oh yeah, he's your brother, you said, right? Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here. Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I've never known why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac or something. Preserved. Oh, and look, this tentacle looking thing is half eaten. This is someone's meal that they didn't finish. Tentacle? Gross. Man, I don't know. Some people really like that stuff. I had some fried calamari once at a gas station. It was pretty good, but I stripped the gear trying to chew the beak. Ouch. They're supposed to take that out. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about, like a beloved uncle. Had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory. Um, yeah, like these sunflower seeds my folks left behind. Oh, I'm sure your folks are fine though. Are you worried about them? Yeah, it's weird that they just disappeared. Yeah, listen. That's okay to be worried. You're doing fine. Okay, kiddo. Weird, somehow I thought it was his truck, the delivery and all. It was, that's what she's saying. But he gave it to her before they took him away. But you're going to deliver it anyway? Why? Somebody's waiting for those antiques. Have you got a name or just an address? Maybe it doesn't matter. Even having discharged all that whatever it is onto the lawn, I'm sure you'd still have fulfilled your friend's obligation. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. To Johnny. Lift your legs, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. So, how was everything? How's the sweet cave snail? Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yeah, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Leaf that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in here that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what kind of bones they are. Oh, we need one for the road. Clara said she wanted, something primordial, she said. What does that mean? Kate reviews the menu. I think she meant something very deep in the lake. Ah, could be. Here, you pick. I'm no good at this. Shannon inspects the menu. What about... Turn the page. I think she'd like... Ooh, aged blind cavefish and a small salad. That's primordial. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. What about me? I haven't ordered yet. Oh no. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. He prods a half-eaten tentacle. The tentacle is solid and fixed in place. We used to steam those. Juicy, but I prefer them smoked now. Sorry I startled you, sweetie. Whose food is this? This is a diver's table, and this was the diver's meal. This food is about 15 years old. It's true, things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband, Sam, was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped in or frozen or dried, and I just threw them in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, two young men came in for dinner. Seasoned divers, they said. Over 10,000 hours between them in the lake leaf alone. They'd been out all day, salvaging parts from a riverboat wreck, and had worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered me the whole menu without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I sat them right here and went back into the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liqueur, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came bursting into the kitchen. "Ida," he said, kind of frantic, "these divers are still hungry. Bring them another course." And I said, "They already ordered the whole menu." Sam said, "Make something new. Keep making up dishes, whatever. Just keep bringing out food." So I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night I could write a book. And it was good. Inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration I didn't think to write any of it down. And was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day I knew I couldn't remember what all I'd done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right. So we just shellacked the whole table. Now, when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Wow, what a story. Of course, they didn't pay their full bill. I heard one of them complaining to the other. "Let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster than we could ask for it." But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I better get to work. Stay right here, sweetie, and I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. Okay. Seems like they have their own happy ending. Oh my god, that must be the husband bringing in some food. "Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. Haha. So, what are you? You look like, well, some kind of eel, I guess? Kind of a mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like kind of dusty, dry. Where the hell have you been swimming? Skin feels like sandpaper. Huh. Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you Rough Eel. Welcome to Sam and Ida's, the one and only Rough Eel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You are pretty far down there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first. Except, there were two divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you anyway, I wonder? They ate here once, back in the bad old days. Two young guys, could have been brothers maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crossword. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so Ida just fired up something from Frozen. Well, these guys were hungry enough to eat it and asked for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers. And like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of a rivalry going on between them or something. Ida was about to write up their check, so I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her just to keep bringing out food. I figured they wouldn't notice and caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they've been on, new tunnels they've discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weirdest depth of Lake Leaf. It was like a dance, no, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last. And I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they've discovered. That's my map now, you see. For 15 years I've been using routes those two young divers discussed right here at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots, and then where would we be? See, people come here from all over just to try out daily catch, because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of them down, I just preserved that table where they had their meal so I can look at it to jog my memory. Like, they were eating pickled crabs when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you. Rough eel. There's one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you those boys were competing, right? One-upping each other, I mean. Each getting wilder and more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by touch and kind of a mental picture I can construct from their detailed boasts. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground in their little duel, so he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And then I get down there, my diving bell cracks open on a sharp rock where he said that fridge would be. And that's the end of Sam of Salmon Idas. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch water. Sounds like a anxious way to live. But that's cute. Like, the husband and the wife both had a different story about why they keep the table there that way. And it looks like the divers didn't actually keep ordering food. It was the husband that told the wife to keep bringing out food. Haha, Lamau. Hey Sam, good haul tonight? We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good I think. I hit some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about to seal it up. I picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day, that's the important part. That's what people travel for. What's the catch today? This here is a rough eel, mopey, sandpapery old eel. I don't know how she'll fix him, but that sandpapery quality ought to do something for a... what do they call it? Mouthfeel? Will you stay for a drink? I've got a duck rum that goes well with coffee. It's a bit early for me. Yeah, seems like it's always too early. Oh, she's got your food ready. You all enjoy your meal, alright? Okay. Thank you, Sam. Oh, cue the music.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures and my hopes are placed beyond the blue. Many friends and kin have gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? She's waiting there for me in heaven's open door, and I can feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can feel at home in this world anymore.
Way. Yay. That's a nice song. Yeah, looks like what started out as a adventure for a single person has turned out to be a nice homey gathering of strangers, or just sharing a good time, sharing a nice evening maybe. But I think it's time to go back to the tugboat and call it a day. It might be the end of Act 4 now. Or it might not be, I don't know. But either way, I'm going to end the stream here. That was a nice session. Maybe we'll hit the next scene first. See that? Just looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Ooh, gimme. Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right here. Of all the spots on the lake, it's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it, like it's an island or something. Look closely and you can see some wood scraps from the old canoe rental shop. Yep, thanks for hanging out, Fi. Gemini, Canoe, and Firewood. The place was run by twin sisters, Cassie and Paula, I think? No, this was years ago. They used to rent out canoes to tourists, campers, pilgrims, folks like that. They must have had some kind of deal with the distillery. You'd always see a couple of Hard Times boys posted up the dock, peddling small bottles to their customers. Casey and Paula worked those old canoes to death, wrung every penny out of them. They'd only take one out of commission when it was truly, demonstrably dangerous, and you couldn't get a refund unless your boat was visibly taking on water. The side business in Firewood was a stroke of minor genius. Yeah, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good a history as I could ever tell. We arrived at a small boathouse neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasure of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. Whoa, so many, like you can't really get a sense of the community down here in this underground river. Bug and Johnny watched the show from the dockyard with the others. It's gonna be Act 4, Scene 9. Which is cool, but I'm gonna leave it here. It's a good time to pause, I think. Apparently, we didn't even get to Act 5. I thought we would be at Act 5 by now. Guess it's a long act. Alright, stop, before I see too much. Stop. Alright. Exit the game. Okay, thank you for watching, everybody. That was fun. That was a fun time. A chill time. What am I up to now? I'm gonna go eat. But this weekend I'll be playing more Knockout City. Yeah, Knockout City. Good night. Yep. Good night, Fi. Have a nice rest of your night. Yeah, Knockout City. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.